Hello everyone, I am Dr. Pooja Rashwastha and today we are going to discuss about the topic importance of active listening. So, listening is not the same as hearing, and whenever we are talking about the term hearing refers to the sounds that enter your ears. It is a physical process that happens automatically, whereas listening, however, requires more than it requires focus and concentrated efforts, both mental and sometimes physical as well. Your ability to listen effectively depends on the degree to which you perceive and then understand these messages. The phrase active listening is used to describe this process of being fully involved with the said sentences. There are four main skills which are important for the learning of any language, that is L, S, R, and W, that is listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So, in this, there are receptive skills and productive skills. The receptive skills are listening and reading because learners do not need to produce language to do these, they receive and understand it. These skills are sometimes known as passive skills. They can be contrasted with the productive or active skill of listening and writing. For example, often in the process of learning new language, learners begin with the receptive understanding of the new items, then later move on to productive use. In the classroom, the relationship between receptive and productive skills is a complex one, with one set of skills naturally supporting another. For example, building reading skills can contribute to the development of writing. Based on the research of Adler, it is proven that we spend a lot of time listening. Of this, research shows that an average of 45% is spent listening compared to 30% speaking, 16% reading, and 9% writing. The question arises why people are not able to pay attention or to listen the content properly. So here is the fact about listening, that the speaking rate of a normal person used to be between 120 to 150 words per minute, whereas the brain capability of processing these words used to be 500 to 700 words per minute. So obviously most of the time the brain is idle, and at that particular time when your brain is idle, thus the attention deviates and listening gets affected at that particular time. Now, as we can see, what is the difference between hearing versus listening? So, hearing is obviously a passive activity where the person is just sitting and not paying attention to what is being said. And in the active process of listening, the person is paying attention and trying to comprehend the meaning from the said sentences. Then automatic versus conscious activities. So automatic activity, that means when you are listening and you are not bothered about the set sentences at that particular time, it is an automatic process where you are not involved. Whereas when it is a conscious activity, that means the person is deliberately trying to listen to the content and trying to grasp the meaning from that. One way process versus two way interactive process. One way process, that means in this part of communication, the sender is speaking but the listener is not paying attention, or the other party involved in the process of communication is not paying attention to what is being said. Whereas if it is a listening, then it is a two-way interactive process, and then the communication is completing in this particular type of listening. That means sender is saying something and receiver is receiving and accordingly giving the feedback. So it is a two-way interactive process. Both the parties in the communication process is involved in the process of communication. The sender is sending the message and the receiver is listening and then giving the feedback as well. Then comes only hearing versus hear, analyze, judge, and conclude. That means the activities that are involved in the process of listening. As you can see, only hearing, that means the person is just hearing whatever is being said, and in the listening process, it is first the person is hearing, then analyzing the content, then judging or evaluating, and then concluding according to the received notions. Now, what is the process of listening? The process of listening is a continuous process. That means it is first the person is receiving the stimuli. That stimuli is in the form of the content that is being orated by the speaker here, and then the person who is listening the content is trying to understand, trying to assign meaning with the said sentences. In this process, there is the association involved. That means the person will be associating the said sentences and the understanding of the word, and then try to derive the meaning of that. Then the person is trying to evaluate whether the positive or negative, both the things can be over there, and then comes the responding to the stimuli. That means, as I said, that the no communication is complete without feedback, and here also in the process of listening, the person respond in the way that the person has understood the content or not. Then comes the types of listening. There are 4 types of listening: appreciative listening, critical analytical listening, comprehensive or active listening, and emphatic listening. So whenever it is appreciative listening, that means the person is just having fun and trying to listen the music or so on. When it is a critical listening or analytical listening, it means that the person is trying to derive the meaning from the content, because at that particular time it is critical at the part of the listener to understand the sentences that has been said by the speaker. When it is comprehensive or active listening, that means the speaker is trying to derive the meaning, and the listener is grasping the content that has been said. When it is emphatic listening, the person is trying to give the judgmental value to that particular sentences that has been said by the speaker. To improve the process of effective listening, it can be helpful to turn the problem on its head and look at barriers to effective listening or ineffective listening. For example, one common problem is that instead of listening closely to what someone is saying, we often get distracted after a sentence or two and instead start to think about what we are going to say in reply or think about unrelated things. This means that we do not fully listen to the rest of the speaker's message. Environmental or physical barrier involves in itself the environmental noise, physical discomfort, or physical distractions because of some or the other reason. So these are the things which will affect the process of listening at the part of the listener. Then comes the psychological barriers to listening. That means if the listener is emotionally disturbed or in the state of anxiety or over arousal of emotions are there, that means the person is not able to focus on the content that is being said by the speaker, and then obviously there will be a barriers to listening. Encoding and decoding are the two major aspects of communication. That means if the person is not able to decode the message properly, so obviously there will be a linguistic barrier. That means it has not been framed properly, or the language that has been used is not correct at the part of the speaker. Sometimes ambiguous language is there. Sometimes the speaker is using more of jargons. Jargons are basically the technical terms that are being used by a person and related to a specific profession. So if the listener is not related to that particular profession, obviously the person will be finding difficulty over there. Then comes the cultural barriers to listening. That means there may be cultural differences between the speaker and the listener. Then different values may be there, or the different social norms, so they are not agreeing to the common point, and obviously at that particular time the listener will be finding that it is not related to me and I should avoid these type of content. Then comes how we can overcome barriers, because overcoming barriers becomes very important to be a good listener. What are the characteristics of good listener? Before that, we will see the acronym, that is LISTEN. L, look interested, get interested. That means you have to focus on the content, you have to focus on the speaker first, then involve yourself by responding. Obviously, if you are involved with the content that is going on, so you will feel connected, you will be feeling that you will be able to associate some content with your previous knowledge, and then stay on target. That means whatever content is being delivered by the speaker, you have to focus on that target to listen to it properly. Then test your understanding by comprehending the content, and then try to evaluate whether you have comprehended the content properly or not. Then evaluate the message with your own opinions and the notions, and then comes neutralize your feelings. That means at the time of listening, you don't have to be judgmental, but listen the content properly with your viewpoints in the neutralized form. So how to be a good listener? You can say that these are the body language that should be there to be a good listener at that particular time. And then comes the keywords of active listening. First, be attentive. Second, observe body language. That means you have to pay focus to both the non-verbal communication and verbal communication, so that the information is retaining in your mind for the longer time. Then the third is show you are attentive. Then obviously provide feedback, because providing feedback will help the speaker to understand whether you have understood the content or not. And the last but not the least is do not interrupt the speaker. First you listen the content first, and then try to evaluate, try to understand, and try to ask the question from the speaker side. Thank you.